Cadre, happy Saturday. Hope you all are having a great weekend. Welcome to a special edition of Nurse Dave's Shaving World. I'm wrapping up my week. Mine only been 6 days. I just kind of meant the business week, but we're doing a last shave with Strop Shop, finishing up with Russian Tea. It's got to be their most famous scent ever, but not just one, but two Russian Teas. We're doing Strop Shop versus CBL Russian Tea battle. All right, maybe not battle, maybe I'm just using them both, maybe compare a little bit. I don't be expecting to pick a winner. They're both awesome soaps, awesome scents, a little bit different. Just to show you the rest of the hardware, I'm using two brushes from the Shaving Cadre's own Eric Sorrentino. This one called the Oregon State brush, orange. You can't see it, but it's got a black knot. This one is the Seafoam brush. Both pretty cool. I don't have two of the same shave balls, so we're using one of the brass from India, I believe, and then the old Captain's Choice shave ball. This used to be my standard, but with the bigger brushes it wasn't quite high enough, and now it sits in a drawer filled with new razor blades, so again, out of sight, out of mind. But I'm going to start with the Strop Shop and get lathered up and start this up now. The Strop Shop Russian Tea. Three distinct scents. You've got the clove. This is known as a tea scent, but the more I use it, the more I think about it, and comparing it to others, I might say it's more of a clove scent. I think that's the main note. The main note is not tea, but it's got a little bit of a hint of honey, lemon, and some black tea. So my adventure with Strop Shop started with, I was doing a soap pass around where you get a box and it's got, geez, the ones I were getting were all sample sizes, not samples, but the smaller sizes, and had to have been, I don't know, it was easily over 100. It could have been between 100 and 150 different soaps you could try. And one of those was Strop Shop Russian Tea. And I just fell in love with this stuff. At that time, it was my favorite scent by a long shot. I was newer to wet shaving and sad to find out that it was unobtainium. Not even easy to find on BST, stuff like that. I missed one on a BST by like an hour or two. So I asked the person running the pass around, could they send me what's left if they have anything, because I'd like to try to recreate it. He couldn't do that, but I tried on my own, just kind of thinking maybe if you get something with baking spices that's heavy in clove, you add in a honey soap and then a tea soap and mush them all up in a bowl and lather them together, you could recreate it. I only tried a couple of times, and maybe there's a combination that'll work, but I quickly found out that I think there's a chemistry difference or something, but mixing up scents like that isn't just an additive process. It kind of changes it, and it was not the same. Just because I'm doing a kind of a comparison here, I'm using something I'm very familiar with. This is the Asylum RX single edge razor blade. You can see the guard in there. This is a Feather Pro Guard blade. I think just the second use I'd have to look it up, but here we go. So yes, this is something that I kind of lived dreaming about. It got me interested. I've got a few other tea-based, tea-scented soaps. I really love those. I really love baking spices. But nothing can replace Strop Shop Russian Tea. And I thought it was kind of odd. I mean, I don't know if the other tea scents were people's attempts to get close to it. I don't think so, is that they didn't come close. But I thought it was a little interesting given kind of the, I don't know if the history, but the following that Russian tea has. I think obviously not everybody's favorite scent, but a lot of people you hear that they really loved it. So I think it's interesting that people weren't trying to recreate this thing left and right, because it obviously had a following. But what have you. But the Strop Shop soaps, they've got decent cushion. I think a little bit better than average residual. It's not super slick, but you could easily do a cleanup pass right now. They lather easily. Just sad to see them out of business. Now we'll switch over Mr. Lindsay's soaps. And I believe Chris's philosophy was to do something in the vein of Russian tea, the Strop Shop version, but not completely recreate it, just do something that smells great. And he certainly did that. This lather feels a little bit creamier, a little bit smoother. And they are a bit different, although I don't know if you gave somebody just one of them to use and they'd used both before, if they could tell you blind, unless they've had a lot of experience, which one it was. But again, this is again clove heavy, which I love. Some people have said almost like those oranges that you put cloves in. I don't know that he purposefully added a citrus note to it, but you almost do get a little bit of that orange. And then to me, kind of the deeper parts that would be the tea come out once you've got it on your face. But again, it's not a duplicate, but it's awesome, and I'm very happy now that there is something. I lucked out. I got probably one of the most amazing piffs I've seen. One of the most amazing one I've probably gotten is from the Shaving Cadre. I got piffed a tub of Strop Shop Russian tea, and I don't just let it sit there hidden away to stare at. It gets used. Luckily I have one or two other soaps that should last a while, but I very much am happy to know that unlike before Chris released his scent, there's now something else to use. It smells just as good. Now, I said it was one of my favorites. I fell in love with it, and I don't know if it's a combination of it was unobtainium or what have you. Okay, just to compare, I think Chris's slickness is higher than Strop Shop's, and the cushion was a little bit better. I don't do numbers or letter ratings or anything like that, but I'd say performance-wise would certainly go with the CBL soap versus the Strop Shop. I forgot what I was talking about. Sorry, you guys watching, I'm sure know. So now what to do? I did a pass with each one of them. You know, I was thinking maybe I'd do half and half and all that. Let's go crazy. It's a weekend. Like I'm gonna put my brushes in the sink. Here's my Russian tea lather. Here's the Chris's lather. We're gonna mix them all up. Never before seen on camera. Strop Shop CBL Russian tea, baby. Oh man. This is probably just the CBL soap. That feels super rich and super. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Man, KJ must love watching that. We got lather all over the place. Suppose he could shave this all off without rinsing off his razor. Boy, that's some good smelling stuff. That'll make you happy to get up in the morning. I guess now we see why we have shaving brushes. My hand's not quite as effective. All right, let's rinse this off so I can grab the razor. That good smelling. Oh, that's what I was saying about, it was one of my favorite scents. I don't know, just out of interest, maybe one day I'll have to sit down and pull out what I might consider my favorite scents and compare them and make a list and try to order them or what have you. But Mr. CBL came out with his roasted oatmeal stout, which I was very questionable about getting at first because of the whole stout thing, and I hate beer scented things or hop scented things. Oh man, look at this shave. We're bringing the old, we're bringing the new. We got some honey scent, tea scent baking spices. Whew. You saw here first. But anyway, heard some reviews about the roasted oatmeal stout. Heard it didn't smell like beer. KJ couldn't contain himself, went crazy with his soap love for that one, so I went ahead and ordered it. Woo, that smells delicious. I don't normally go for food scented soaps. I've tried a couple apple. I enjoy the smell, but it's just a little odd having apple stuff. I don't think, lemon, lime, citrus to me isn't food. That's more of a scent. But having that oatmeal, I can't even describe it. Just the richness and the warmth of the smell and all that. Like I said, I'm not going to make a judgment. I would say that I love it just as much as Russian tea, but I'd hate myself to say I love it more. Let's just say I might use it more often. We got a super smooth RX BBS right now, boys. This is not a dry down to BBS. There's nothing left on that mug. Okay, let's rinse off here. Get the alum going. Let's roll the dice. Let's see if we got any sting here. Ooh, pretty good. Got just a little bit down here. If you've been watching my more recent videos, I've been working on my technique with the straight razor. And finally have gotten where I can get a pretty decent shave, DFS for sure, without any alum sting. There's a little bit on the neck, so I've got a little bit more sting than I've been getting with my straight razor shave. And I was gonna say, and it's even closer, but what I've been doing is the 3 passes with the straight razor and then following up with kind of a cleanup pass with the timeless there, and that is, we're getting super close BBS with that. So I don't know, I suppose it's evolution. When I found the Asylum RX, I thought that was going to be the ultimate, nothing can top it. I guess we're just finding there's a lot of variation, right? There's always something new out there, something to try. show you one more time up close with that soap. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that thing. All right, rinse off the alum. There you go. So like I said, I'm not picking a winner other than performance. That would go to CBL, and that makes sense. His stuff is awesome. Scent-wise, they're just different. I pick up either one of them and be just as happy using it. I guess there you go. The difference might be you can actually buy the CBL one, and you'll be competing with me on eBay if you want the Strop Shop version. Got 2 bowls to clean up here. I noticed that Captain's Choice now has their own copper bowls or brass bowls, one of the two. I think they're copper, rolled copper, so maybe I'll pick up one of those. I know they've got one with a deeper bowl, and I worry about this one. If you catch the right video, you'll see me dropping one of the heavy razors into my glass sink. Let nothing happen, but I'm really worried about if this ever slipped out of my hands. That would be a bad day. So we're going to finish up with the Nivea 2-in-1. If you haven't checked us out at the Shaving Cadre, come and do that. Shavingcadre.com, just as simple as that. I'm excited. Maybe next video I'll talk about the holidays coming up, that kind of thing. There's a gift exchange. Misread or misthought or misheard. I thought we were matching partners already. I think that's supposed to happen Monday now, so I'm excited about that. So it's time to start planning gifts, making those lists. So it goes like that to protect the blade. All right. So I hope you enjoyed it. That was kind of fun for me, and actually it felt like a kid playing in art class with all that stuff all over my hands and smearing it all over. So good times, and you know, if the CBL folks are watching, thank you for pursuing that soap. I much appreciate that it's available now, and I'll catch you on the forums.